Hey girls, I'm Taylor, I'm a nurse, and I'm Progressionista. What makes nursing unique is that there's no typical day. You cannot plan your day. I get up in the morning and I'm thinking, what is the day gonna bring? You cannot plan it. So just to let you know, I'm a pediatric nurse, so I take care of kids 0 months, so newborn to 21 years old. Majority of our patients are infants. We have some kids that are, in elementary school, middle school, not too many teenagers, but usually younger kids. So I work day shift. I work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Nursing is 12-hour shifts. So there are 2 shifts. There's day shift and then there's night shift. So day shift is 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Night shift is 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. I worked night shift for 3 years. I just got to day shift. So night shift, you have to stay up all night. The hospital does not close. It's 24/7. Like, kids get sick in the middle of the night, they have to come in. You have to be available to take care of them. So when I start off my shift, we get about 3 to 4 patients. If we're busy, we get like 5 patients. We get report from the night shift nurses. And then we look up our patients on the computers, we get their orders, we see what medications they have, and then we go into the rooms and we introduce ourselves to either the patient. If they're old enough, if they're babies, we introduce ourselves to the parents. We typically do like a head to toe assessment. If they had like a stomach surgery or if they broke their arm, we'll like focus on their stomach or assessing their arms. And then usually early in the morning, maybe like 9, 10 o'clock, our doctors will go on rounds and they'll change their plans or talk to the parents about what they want to do. And so we just kind of based our care off the doctor's orders. During the day, it's super busy. With the climate that we have with COVID, we can't really have our patients out in the hallways, but usually kids, if they're feeling better, they're out in the hallways running around, they're in the playrooms. So being a pediatric nurse, it's pretty fun. I mean, every day changes. Some kids, they're like, I don't want to touch you, I don't want you to talk to me. Some kids are very open, so it just kind of depends on your patients. Every kid is different. Some kids, they want to stay close to their parents. They're very shy. Other kids are very open. I try to gauge my care based off of their personality. Most of the time we have games that they can play. We'll bring in cards and puzzles. We have every DVD that you can name that's been made. We have Xboxes, we have PlayStations, we have the playroom, we have a garden with tricycles that kids can ride their bikes. They can sit and read books. I try to be as friendly as possible just so they can get comfortable. Kids are in the hospital, so it's not a fun time. They don't want to be in a hospital bed. They want to be at home with their families. They're scared. They've probably been poked and touched and people have been in their face. So, they're ready to go home. But if they have to stay, they have to stay because they have to get their care. So we just try to make it as comfortable as possible for them. So the hospital during COVID has been crazy. We did not have a lot of patients because kids weren't really getting too sick from COVID. So we had to get pulled to those adult units, and those units were crazy. I've never taken care of adults. I was really out of my element. A lot of people didn't even know how to handle it or how to treat it. So we had to go based off of their symptoms. So we kind of just had to go off the cuff and just take care of them as best as we could so they could get healthy and go home. But the hospital was definitely busy. All the beds were filled. They couldn't have any visitors. So it was just a crazy time. So the first step in becoming a nurse is that you have to love to take care of people and to care for people. As a matter of fact, you have to love to help people. You know, that's your career. Once you step into the hospital and step on your unit, you're helping people. You're helping to nurse people back to health so they can go home. The second step is that you have to not love science, but you at least have to like it. You know, you have to study biology, chemistry, and anatomy. You have to get good grades, especially in high school. Once you graduate high school, if you want to get into a nursing program, you have to take some classes. Usually you have to take what we call prerequisites or classes to get into nursing school. So there's usually about 5 to 6 classes you have to take. You have to get good grades in them, you have to pass your exams, and then you apply to the nursing program. In nursing school, you take a ton of classes, you take a ton of exams. It's fun when you have clinicals, when you can go into the hospital and take care of patients. When you come home, you have to study, you have to pass your exams. After you finish nursing school, you take an exam called the NCLEX, which is a standardized exam, and this is how you get your license. It's about 265 questions. It depends on how many you get right or wrong, and like they'll cut your test off. Like if you get 75 questions right, they'll cut it off, say, hey, you passed. If you don't, they keep going until you get a certain number of questions right. Once you pass your license, then you can start applying to jobs. You can literally work everywhere as a nurse. You can work in the hospital, you can work in nursing homes, you can do home health nursing, you can work in clinics, you can work in the schools, anywhere. I mean, there's a tons of possibilities with nursing, so. I would tell my preteen self is just to truly follow my heart, follow my passion, you know, shoot for my own goals. No one else's goals but my own. You know, if you like to dance, if you like to cook, if you like to do art, do that, research, explore your different options, talk to different people, see what the career path is like, and go for it. You know, I went to college thinking that, oh, I want to be a doctor because that's what a lot of people said. Be a doctor, you got good grades. I got to college and I was like, no, this is not what I want to do. You know, I shadowed a couple nurses. My grandmother is a nurse. I took a couple classes and I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. And I'm truly happy with my career. So definitely, my preteen self, I just want to tell myself just to truly follow your heart, because if you don't, then you won't be happy with your career.